And welcome back, everyone. It is Friday, so it's off the page. And first of all, thank you to the patrons, as always, because you're the best, as you know. Keep an eye out Saturday for, is it the third week of the month?
Well, technically it's the fourth, but
It'll
just,
be, it'll
yeah,
be, it'll be the third thing this month.
yeah.
Might be a slight uprising, there might not be. So yeah, we've got a little bit of news, solicitations. But before all that, Google us at Comic Book Cast.
I'm glad
Find
nobody
everything
has
there.
called us like conceited by saying that.
Conceded?
By saying that, or what would you call us? Like conceited, self-absorbing? Because when you say Google us, it sounds so like, oh,
I mean, can we just take a second, actually?
huh?
Because Joe's the one who always says Google us.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm surprised nobody
He's,
said it.
he's always the one that said, just say Google us. It's
Yeah.
quicker, it's easier. And now it's so conceited.
No, I
Oh,
still say it. I'm just saying,
oh,
I'm surprised nobody has said anything because it
oh
just sounds
no.
bad. I don't know. We're gonna keep it going though because it's easy.
If it sounds bad, then why say it?
Oh, because it's easy.
Joe's trying to get me the comments. Um, So yeah, Mitch692 on Twitter and Vero. Halftime Joe. You should know. It's on the screen if you're watching on YouTube. If not, it's on Twitter at Comic Book Cast. So yeah. How have you been, Joe? Let's start the bullshit.
Fine. What did you
That,
say?
that,
Because I
that,
didn't hear that last part. You said let's start with.
no, I said how you doing, Joe, to start with.
Oh, okay. I didn't understand that last part, but that's just me being racist because you're talking in
I mean, to be
proper
fair,
English.
I'm tired and I didn't really like my
Oh,
moments there. I got
um, I've yet to see Krypton. I need to go see that, which is not
I
on
haven't.
Hulu, bro. It's what? That's how I watch all my. I don't know how I'm gonna watch Krypton then if it's not on Hulu. That's how I watch all my TV shows.
If you want a laugh, go back a year in the podcast and Joe slams Hulu every time he gets.
Probably a year and a half, but I think it
Just
was
like
at.
who the fuck wants adverts?
I think it was at the point it became free with Spotify. That was like they made a partnership with Spotify. And I was like, all right, they know what they're doing because it's $5 basically for Hulu and Spotify, like both
But
of
do
them.
they still get ads on Hulu?
Yeah, but see, I'm okay with that. It's cheaper.
You were literally complaining that they had ads.
Yeah,
Like,
but
who still does this?
it was ten it
No.
was $10 for that. Like, why would I pay $10 for that and $5 for two things? I mean, basically it's free because I want Spotify more than I did Hulu, and I'm getting Hulu for free essentially because I'm paying $5 for Spotify. So I can't complain if it's free.
Well, it's not free. You're paying for it.
Well, technically, I guess, but I mostly was paying for Spotify, and it just came along with it. So
Eh,
technically, it is free because
fair
I
enough.
was paying for Spotify, so I can't complain anymore. And also, it doesn't really bother me anymore. I just kind of like got used to it already, and that's how I watch all my TV shows. But I got to figure out how to watch Krypton because people are saying that it's kind of actually good.
Really, I've heard it's boring as fuck.
Really?
We always hear the different end of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard a few people say it's good, but for the most part, I'm just like, it's just
I hear
boring.
people say they want to see, 5 episodes or whatever at least. But some people are like, oh, okay, this is something I could get into and whatnot. And I'm like, all right, I'm down for it. I just gotta
I'm
figure out a
I'm
way.
really struggling to work myself up to watch it.
I gotta figure out how to watch it though. I don't know where. I guess Sci-Fi on their website, you just connect to like your cable provider. I don't know. It's weird, but
So,
they should put it on Hulu.
I mean, I'm pretty sure the Sea of Thieves has it. So.
I was like, where is he going with Yeah, but like America.
I mean, isn't that where pirates kind of started?
It's true. It's true. Which, yeah,
Not
which
that I'm condoning,
I've been
like
playing Sea of
condoning.
Thieves. Pretty great.
Yeah, that's
Pretty
kind
fun.
of more what I was getting. So.
Yeah, pretty fun. Sea of Thieves. I know people hate it.
Is there like an island on there called Pirate Bay? If there isn't, I missed a trick.
They missed. I haven't seen it, so they probably just missed something.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, they missed all the content in the game, so it doesn't surprise me. Um, it's all well and good doing the same three missions over and over again with different names, but
Mm. Oh well,
Ooh.
it is what it is. I gotta hop on God of War as well soon.
I'm not a God of War guy. I don't know why. It's just
It looks really
never,
good in this one,
never.
so
I'll be only be interested in this new one because it's all Norse stuff, and I prefer Norse stuff to like Greek. I like Greek mythology, but I prefer Norse.
Yeah.
I think it's good European, even though I think Greek's Europe. Yeah.
Yeah. Also, gotta get my movie pass now. It's now only under $7 a month for a yearly subscription. Gotta get on there.
That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
Gotta get on there, especially since it's like 120 or something like that regular, with 9.95 a month, and then the annual thing is only 90. But it's that whole like
That's way cheaper than what ours ever was.
yeah. But it's that
I
whole
think
thing
ours
of
is
like
like
yearly, so
£15.
yeah.
I'm gonna actually check that. Let's go.
What? Can Movie Pass work in
Uh,
the UK?
well, no, we've got our own sort of version of it.
But if it's cheaper
So,
with Movie Pass, you should try it out.
right, R1 is $18 a month.
How much is that?
That's £13.
Yeah,
That's,
yeah. Like they gotta
it
work
used to
something
be
out with that.
it used to be like about £9, but of course it just goes up every year.
Oh,
And I kind
yeah.
of stopped when it and I was like, no, enough. Not paying £10 a month for
Exactly.
seeing two movies. But yeah. Getting into the tiny bit of news. Barry Allen. That's it. No, yeah. Barry Allen and Wally West face off in the first pages of Flash War.
Yeah, and it's from artist Howard Porter. This I was kind of excited for this, and I forgot that he's doing the art. And I don't necessarily like if you look at his art, it's just I don't
I mean, the
know.
art's not bad. I like it.
I
It looks good.
I guess I'm just so what's the word? I'm so like scorned by what he's done before that's really just been bad, and I'm like, yeah, because he
I mean,
did
the preview looks good at least. That one page or that split panel.
even that one. I'm just kind of like a little iffy about it. Like the
I
bottom
mean,
panel looks good, but the other two panels are kind of like in terms of good to bad. Like I think the bottom, top, the middle. Because the bottom panel
I mean,
looks good, I think.
I get the whole like Barry's face looks a bit weird.
He just seems
I'll
like
give you
he
that.
not okay, not
Just like he's singing.
overdraws,
It's just like
but he also like yeah, his lines are like darker. It's like when you would draw something and outline everything with like the darker pencil and stuff like that.
I don't think I don't
I
see
don't know.
that
To
at
me,
all.
his lines just seem really too dark for my taste. Like, especially if you look
Well,
at the middle
I think
panel and you look at the mountains, it's just like,
I
yeah,
mean they're not dark. I wouldn't say they're dark at all.
I
That's
don't
just
know. But like the lines, like that stroke of it, I don't know. To me, it just seems weird. The bottom panel looks good when Wally's screaming and like the lightning's around him and stuff like that. I think that looks good. The first one, the top panel with Barry looks a little, oh, like what is he doing? Is he pointing?
he's
What is he
singing.
doing? He's singing.
Yeah.
And then the middle panel just kind of seems weird. Like I get the whole like I guess they're supposed to look like giants when you put it at that length, but it just like if you look at Wally's like and Barry's leg that are outside, it looks a little weird.
Mm,
I don't know. Am I looking too much into it?
I mean, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
It's
That's up to
just
you.
like the
I think
bottom
it's
panel
fine.
looks really good. I think the bottom panel with Wally screaming and the lightning going around him and stuff like that. I'll give Porter that his uh, artistry of the Flash in terms of his Speed Force powers and lightning always being around him is something I've always been interested in. And they do that I think in Justice League with the Flash, which is something I actually
Yeah,
liked about that movie. I don't like a lot about that movie, but
no one does.
so I can recognize that is a good artist trick, and that he does that, or tool, whatever you want to call it, that the lightning around him to showcase the powers, that it's always kind of going, they're always kind of moving, type of thing.
Yeah.
I like. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. It just looks like over like too many lines, if you know what I mean. Like if you look at Barry, it just feels like too many like lines.
Mm,
I don't know.
I
I might be
I
looking too
can
much into it.
I can see where you're coming from, but it slightly reminds me of what Rockefeller does, and Rockefeller has a lot of lines.
But I guess the difference between both of them is Rockefeller's is almost 2D-ish in a way. It looks like that at least, or maybe watercolor. I don't know. Like it just maybe it's not even like okay, Porter does the art, but the colors isn't helping that well. I think, in my opinion.
See, I love the colors on there.
I
The colors are probably the best part of this.
I like it in the bottom and the top, but the middle one is kind of weird. I don't know.
That's fair.
All right, but okay. Talking real quick about this one. Talking real quick about Flash War and stuff like that. So the two Flashes have been arguing for some time now, and then Wally's angry, and they're gonna fight. Hopefully, this will be when we finally see Jay Garrick, and they've been teasing that, and it makes sense. How long has it been since the one shot for Rebirth?
Well, Rebirth.
2015, right? Maybe May 2015.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's been almost 3 years, and we have not actually seen Jay Garrick do anything, or the Justice Society.
It couldn't have been 2015. I'm gonna check.
It's definitely been a waste because Oz was a letdown, which there's so much hype into it. I like Doomsday Clock. That's the only one thing I like.
Rebirth was May 25th, 2016.
2016. 2 years. Wow, why does it feel like longer?
It feels longer because they haven't done anything with it.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. Like I said, they have done stuff with it. It's just.
I mean, they've done Oz and they've teased, but they haven't really,
No,
everything was left to Johns.
Yeah, that's true.
I say left to Johns. Johns was like, no, this is mine. I'm going to take 2 years to write, and then we're going to delay it till.
I don't like to make wrestling references a lot, but like if anybody watches wrestling, there is this wrestler called Brock Lesnar who they pay him a lot of money, and he only shows up 3 times out of the year with the championship. So it's like this is how Johns feel, where he gets all the recognition, but he only shows up every now and then, and people are like left to wonder. You know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Like,
isn't that John slander?
No. It's more
sure. Don't people hate Lesnar?
No, I wouldn't say so. They hate that he doesn't show up a lot, but when he comes in, they're like, "Oh my god, he's awesome!" Like they love him, but they just hate that he's not there a lot. It's one of those kind of things where I guess even I'm trying to think of a TV show that does that, where it does it like the show does like Sherlock, right? They're taking like years apart and stuff like that, but people love it. But they hate the wait. Yeah. It's the wait that kills everybody. And that's the one thing, especially in Johns with having so much power and being as great as he is, that you have to deal with. You have to deal with these personalities, creators, and stuff like that when they're so great that they just don't have time to do everything you want. So, I just wish they would have planned it a little bit better, maybe, with Rebirth.
I wish they planned it, to be honest. They clearly didn't.
It's just, I think I've been off that train for a while, especially with Oz being as bad as it was. Okay, not bad. It was just a letdown. There's a difference. I'm disappointed in it.
I mean, the letdown is kind of
probably worse.
Yeah.
You know what everybody says. So it's just I mean, Flash War should probably be okay. Joshua Williamson is a good writer, and he's been doing good with Flash. So I just hopefully I would love maybe. I don't even care anymore. I just want Justice Society. I just want Justice Society.
Care. Just give me the one thing you haven't given me.
Well, that and I want the Justice League multiverse thing, which that would be great. It'd be DC's Ultimates, basically.
Or isn't that just like Earth 1?
No. Because never mind. Because Ultimates, I thought would have to do with like the whole multiverse and would like go to different Earths.
You're meaning Ewing's Ultimates, not the original Mark Millar Ultimates.
No.
I see.
Yeah.
See, they kind of goofed with the naming of that.
Yeah, Ultimate Square, you mean?
I mean, yeah, you're talking about that run, aren't you?
Yeah, that run was pretty great, gotta say.
I mean, that would be cool for Justice League, but haven't they already done something?
No, but like not Justice League. I remember it's with the Justice League Incarnate, which is the multiverse Justice League, which has different members from each Earth.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. But yeah, Flash War should be fine.
Mm-hmm. So I don't hear anyone talk about the Flash.
It's kind of sad because like I remember there was a big deal that Wally
Flash
came.
Was the best one that everyone always went on about at the start.
Like because Wally and Barry, they knew each other, and it was it was like a big special moment, emotional moment, and the one shot Rebirth. But it just feels like they haven't done too much with it all, and it might be because they are handcuffed that Johns has too much priorities.
Well, have you heard apparently what's going on?
What happened?
apparently no writer at DC apart from Johns and whoever's. Is Johns purely on Doomsday Clock, or is it someone else helping him?
I think it's purely him. I think.
Or the creative team in that book, so Johns and I can't remember the artist's name off the top of my head at the minute. But apparently, they're the only ones that know what's going on and what's gonna end up, and no one else knows. That's why nothing really kind of connects at the minute.
And also why there's no leaks. It's a very mystery box thing. Or else you probably would have got a leak. You would have definitely got a leak if they had let all the writers know.
Get a leak anyway.
But they didn't. He didn't. There's nothing leaked about what Doomsday Clock's how it's gonna end.
Plus, he probably hasn't written that far.
I feel like yes, but it just
no, yeah, you wouldn't have written that.
It's a good and bad thing doing that, the mystery box, because you get the whole thing of like.
The thing, like the whole thing of Rebirth was to get everything back on track and all nice and tight.
Well, the characters are still there, I guess, but
yeah, but they got the characters. But then if like, how's Tom King gonna get Batman to match up to where he, no doubt, Johns is gonna place him at the end of Doomsday Clock,
and then Snyder at the end of Metal, and
yeah,
maybe
like, it doesn't. It's not. It's very much a Bendis style of thinking, where like throw continuity out the window. Yes, kind of DC hasn't really been the thing for continuity, but I don't know. It seems odd to me that your biggest thing is being kept to apparently a single creative team. It's nuts.
Until Johns makes Doomsday Clock bad, which to me it hasn't, I won't go against his word. If that's how he feels like it, then he should probably he has the leeway to do stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And it's one of those things I trust in him as a creator. So at the moment, I won't really go against it until I see something that will need me to go against and saying that, like, man, what is he doing?
Fun fact: this is how Secret Empire started.
What do you mean?
Well, you're putting your trust solely in one person.
Like Spencer?
No, like Spencer, like what Spencer did with Cap.
Yeah.
Like the whole story of Secret Empire was people had all their trust in Cap, so they never saw it coming, and that's what led to the downfall.
Oh well, that's a made up story. You know that, right?
I mean, every story is made up. That's kind of why I was just.
I'm talking about like in terms of writers and artists and the workings of business.
But it's the same Secret Empire.
Like, I mean, not really, but
I mean, exactly.
I will give Johns the chance. I think he deserves it. I think he's a great writer, but he's not like a bit Nazi or something like that.
I'm not saying he is a Nazi. I don't know why he got that from.
Well, you literally said Secret Empire.
Yeah, I said that's how it got started. I'm not saying that Johns is a Nazi.
But like, I'm pretty sure if we trust Johns, and then what, he just puts all of DC Comics to Rumble and then just goes to Marvel. Like, okay.
I mean, I'd be fine.
I don't think I don't think that's realistic, anyways. But
I mean, I never said it is. I'm just saying trusting one thing is bad.
Well, I know. I have reservations, of course, but it's not like, okay, me saying he should do this isn't necessarily like a big thing. Like, he's just gonna do it the way he does it, and if it turns out good, it turns out bad. Oh well. Like, I would have hoped that the Rebirth thing would have worked out a little bit better, but I've enjoyed Doomsday Clock. It's, you know what I'm saying?
He's got 2 issues to get me back on board, because issue 3 bored me to tears, and I still haven't finished it.
I enjoyed it.
In fact, I forget I haven't finished.
It's he's also one of the. It's just the problem of him being so demanded everywhere. Where he has to help in the movies, and even when they ask him TV shows and animation and comics.
Well, that's his own fault.
Well, I mean, at least he's only writing one thing.
Yeah, but it's kind of the biggest thing.
It's true.
No, he's only writing the biggest thing any publisher's probably done in the last 30 years.
He's my guy. I gotta roll with him. You know what I'm saying?
He's my guy.
You gotta loyalty matters. I think.
It's how Secret Empire stuff.
Yeah, but this is real life.
It's how you fall.
I think loyalty does. I think especially in modern society, a lot of people don't have a lot of loyalty anymore.
I don't know.
I think they don't. I honestly,
people are loyal, very loyal to. People
are very like bandwagony. In 2018,
I mean, for certain, yeah.
For
But
everything, there's literally everything you can
but
imagine.
all right.
Everybody's
Let's just
bandwagoning.
look at it this way. There are a ton of shields.
Is
That is
there though?
blind. That's blind loyalty right there. Twitter is full
Yeah,
of
okay,
it.
there's blind loyalty and there's legit, like, there's real loyalty.
Well,
That's
I
not
mean,
loyalty. Blind loyalty is not real loyalty. That's being crazy. I'm not being blind. I'm
I'm not saying you
literally,
are being
yeah, so I'm
that.
saying, like, well, there's loyalty matters, but that's not real loyalty. That's just kind of like being crazy. The shields just are crazy, but
Yeah,
real
it's because
loyalty and trusting and
they're
putting
so
your
loyal.
trust and stuff like that, and being real about it. That's what I think. I'm trying to be real. What Johns is doing, and for you, it's not necessarily working. For me, it is still. So that's why I could still roll with him. But if he comes out and just like says he messed up, like he should probably should. If he's,
And yes, Joe's check has cleared.
oh, I hate that too. Like, I hate that. Like, you can't like something without anybody saying that like you're being paid
Yeah.
off or something like that. Like, when did ever liking something mean you're being paid off? And then
Because you offend people,
you
Joe.
you
That's
can't be
why.
apparently you can't be real unless you hate something. You know what I'm saying? That's so
Obviously.
stupid. That's so stupid, dude. That's Twitter 2018. That's so stupid. You can't be real if you hate something. Unless you hate something. And like if you like something, clearly they're paying you.
I mean, obviously. Why would you like it?
Yeah, see, that's so stupid. I hate when people are doing that. But, and I know you're doing a satire of it, which I love. Let them know, Mitch. I just hope,
I
Doomsday
wasn't.
Clock can end up really well, and I'm just curious as to what the ending is. And I know we're talking about Flash Wars.
I wasn't being satirical. His check actually cleared.
Nah.
I get half.
I mean, that'd be nice.
It would be nice. Like, why is being paid off a bad thing? I'd be
That
paid
too.
off.
That too. Why is being paid off a bad thing? Especially if you like
Especially
something,
from Disney.
like
Especially from someone like Disney. Like, just throw all the Mickey bucks at me.
now,
I'd
see,
take it.
because people think whenever you're paid off, it's because you're doing it for something you don't like. What if you actually like, if I were to be paid off by Taco Bell, like I don't like Taco Bell. Why am I being paid off by them?
I'd be paid off by Taco Bell
See, I don't. But like,
every day.
I don't know how we got into this, but we did.
Um, Natural evolution of conversation.
Yeah. All right. We
Not
because we have
evolution.
to talk about the other news and solicitations. We don't have that much time.
One sad thing to another. Oh, sad quotes. Apparently Falcon. I think Falcon's definitely cancelled. I don't think Spider-Man is. I think Spider-Man's taking a month break and they're expecting to be back in July.
Okay. So yeah, Falcon, because
Because Rodney Barnes kind of sucks
yeah.
on this book. He could be good in another book, but you don't call a shield Rihanna. That's kind of like.
I mean, it's like calling your cars like names. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
It's like
call
people
it
call.
Rihanna. Call something that takes a lot hits Rihanna.
Oh, I didn't think about that. I didn't think
It's
about
like,
that. God, yeah, that's kind of like iffy right there. Yeah, I didn't think
it's
about
like,
that.
like, you didn't mean it that. I assume you didn't mean it that way, but I can't remember what the context of him calling it Rihanna was. It was just like, oh no.
Because I assume like people name their weapons, like what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, and like it doesn't help that the dialogue is so ham-fisted in this book.
Yeah,
It's like, oh, I'm from Crooklyn. It's just like, oh, I'm done. I'm out.
Crooklyn.
Yeah.
That's like Crook in Brooklyn.
And I'm like, I dropped Chavez because she said have a loaded as brown fist. I'm dropping this instantly. I am not
Yeah.
here for this crap.
I guess this is what people mean when they say Marvel's trying to put down our throats, like SJW stuff.
I mean, yeah, that kind of legitimizes it. It's like, that's why it annoys me more than anything. It's like I don't care if it's in there. I just won't read your book. I won't complain about it. But
I mean, that cover looks nice though. Won't lie.
I mean, the art was good for it.
Yeah,
It's
just
it
the
was
writing. Yeah, who wrote it?
Rodney Barnes.
Oh, okay.
He's an Oscar-winning writer as well, I think.
Damn, that must suck.
It's like, oh,
I don't know if maybe he's a great writer. Maybe he just got an editor's note saying do this and do that, and it's one of those things about being in a big company. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
like he took to comics really well. Like the way he wrote Falcon really fit in with everything else. It's just the dialogue is the problem. And he has some interesting ideas, like Falcon taking on the son. I think it's the son of Mephisto, or one of the devil. I'd love to see him on a different book.
Yeah.
Maybe not where he can put in stuff like Crooklyn and calling things like it's Rihanna. Let's maybe
So
find
bad. I
something that
didn't realize how bad that was.
that's the first. It's just he gets that page and you're like, nope, that's gonna
Yeah.
be put down and never put that again.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. And look at like Spider-Man or Miles Morales Spider-Man. He's not in the June solicitations, but we know Bendis has said he's got his replacement picked up for it months ago. So no doubt they've already got someone on there. Just haven't actually announced it yet.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no way they put Miles in the back burner. Not when he's got a fucking movie coming.
I agree.
And
Which
no
is
doubt
weird.
it'll be the guy who wrote the graphic novel for him, or the novel, whatever it was originally, would take over.
It's very weird.
Hey.
Very weird. They're taking a little while to extra do this, but I guess just the search continues.
I mean, they've no doubt got a writer.
Yeah, well, I'm sure, but they just haven't announced it yet.
It'll no doubt be for next month.
It's one of those things like when you hear like reports saying they're searching for somebody or whatever, it's like they're almost basically done because reports usually are like,
Oh, it's like when the one is it the Wonder Wise was like, oh yeah, I can't do Captain Marvel because scheduling conflicts, and then the next day it was, oh yeah, we got this person.
yeah,
And it's
and
like, okay,
it's also like when actors are like their reports are out that this actor is being put for this character. It's like I'm sure they got cast like a while ago.
oh yeah,
Yeah, it's just I always love that. Like people think it happens like right there on the spot.
I mean sometimes it does.
Well,
Apparently
sometimes,
they
yeah.
didn't cast what's his name, Aubrey Joseph,
Who's that?
who's playing Cloak in Cloak and Dagger. Apparently they didn't cast him until the week before shooting because they could not find the right person to go with Olivia.
Oh, see, sometimes when stuff like that happens, I'm sure, like, but sometimes, a lot of the times, a majority of the time, it'll be like in the back burner, like they have them already.
I mean, it's probably half and half. Like they have probably an idea of who they want anyway, and like you line them up and then you see how they do. So
Sure.
it's nothing really to worry about. But of course, you gotta get the headline. Miles Morales cancelled. Fresh start is white.
Somebody put that.
I mean, there's a lot of talk that the books they put out are kind of very very men and very white.
Oh,
It's just
well.
there's the ones you haven't and been announced that we know are carrying on, like Champions, X-Men Red,
Mhm.
Miss Marvel, Life of Captain Marvel. They're there. They just haven't announced them yet. But yeah, that's that little bit of that little nugget. And from one nugget to another.
Nugget.
No, I love that word. Nugget. Mr. Miracle takes a skip month in June. Another delayed comic. From
Yeah,
DC.
both of them have delayed it, and I guess both for good reasons. But for Mr. Miracle, it's going to be because the artist has a kid, and it's become stressful.
Yeah.
This happened in what Marvel event? Like, remember?
It was Civil War 2 with David Marquez.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
Marquez
the
is a
kid-
great artist.
I love Marquez. I'm
Yeah,
so
me
glad
too.
he's staying at Marvel. He's slow as fuck, but he's worth it. He's one of the best in that. I'll just call him a writer. Then. One of the
And
best
then
artists.
Mitch George, which shout out to Mitch, has he's gonna be skipping it because it's just a crazy schedule, and now it's gonna just be a skip month. So there you go.
Fun fact: we have the same initials for a very good reason.
MG.
It's my pseudonym.
He's at WonderCon right now, apparently, according to his Twitter.
No, I'm right here. That's all it is.
It's also he has F9 on his Twitter, and you have F1. Just kidding.
It's all connected.
It's all connected. But yeah, I mean, I'm willing to wait. He's done really
I
great
mean,
with
yeah,
it.
it's worth waiting for. I don't care. I think Vision had a month or so delay at one point anyway.
I'm sure Tom King would just take that month to do an extra like one shot of an issue somewhere, cause like he's like, what do I do for this extra month? Like I can either do a one shot or go to the beach. I'm gonna do a one shot, cause his one shots are so great. I think Tom King's one shots are like better than his arc series.
So Tom King's very much you give him a focus and a set amount of issues,
Yeah.
and he'll run with it.
Like 30, 40 page one shot, it's perfect. Like that Swamp Thing, Batman, it's like, and even Superman, where in the actual comics, like it's like 4 pages,
Yeah.
and it's like I swear he does way better in one shots than he does in big series. And you're right, it's because it's more focused, tight knit, and it's also you get the whole arc of what he's doing in one go, as opposed to like a 12 issue series where you have to wait for the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we've always said about Tom King, where you have to know the full story, because that's what he's all about. Yeah.
it's a shame that his Batman run hasn't panned out.
Yeah, his Batman run's alright. Like the whole wedding thing is interesting, and first for me, like Catwoman and Batman, I don't really remember that. Be married, but it's almost like he wanted this of like the wedding part, right? And he's kind of just doing fillers in between, like back flashbacks
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah.
like that
Mm.
for some reason. And it might be just to build up the wedding stuff, but it does seem fillerish, which is kind of just weird. But I don't know. Maybe it's the whole like extending his. You know how we say he's supposed to be a focused writer, but this is like out of his element. Where an ongoing series isn't necessarily
Yeah.
focused, and ongoing is like
Well, how
a
what
long
issue
time.
is he up to? What number is he on?
30 something, I assume, right? Let me see. Let me check again.
Because I assume Batman was one of the first issues of Rebirth,
Yeah, here, let me check. I have it right
so
here.
he shouldn't it be in the 50s by now?
No,
Like, is
DC.
Batman once a month or is it twice?
Oh, it's in 40s. It's 43. That was in the 30s for some reason.
Oh, so
It's
yeah,
twice
so
some. It's twice.
so
That's
it's
why.
nearing.
Yeah.
It's crazy. In 2 years, they've nearly caught up with the amount of issues Scott Snyder did for New
Yeah,
52.
they did bi-weekly, which I wonder
Mm.
was if it was in hindsight, was it a good idea to do bi-weekly with all like the main titles
I really like
bi-weekly?
stories coming out quick.
Yeah, me too.
No surrender. That book works because it's weekly.
But then again, with something like Batman, would it have worked better weekly? I mean, monthly, where he doesn't have to do more filler stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know. I think if how well, you'd have to do the same amount, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but I assume he'd have more time or stuff like that. Or maybe, I mean, they probably gave him more time. I don't know. It's weird how it works out bi-weekly and monthly, but uh, maybe he would have did the wedding earlier in monthly.
Yeah, I suppose you just got to build up to it, ain't you?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
but speaking of June, um, it's the June solicitations for June 2018, obviously,
Yeah.
for Marvel and DC. And I will let Joe go first.
Okay. Well, first off, um, along with, because there's two different things. There's one called Justice League No Justice, if I remember correctly,
Mm.
which I think is like the arc of Justice League that Scott Snyder is writing. Or is there something else? Because I'm very confused as to how it goes. Because there's a Justice League #1 coming out in June.
Yeah, that's the new Justice League.
That's the No Justice one, right?
No,
So
no,
No
no
Justice is like a
justice.
separate thing.
Yes.
Okay, because I
No
was being a little
justice.
confused for a second.
No justice will lead into the new Justice League book.
That makes sense. Because that's in May, I think. So Justice League #1
Yeah.
by Scott Snyder. That's his main book. That's going to be his main book. Art by Jim Chung, Mark Morales. And then art, cover by Jorge Jimenez. And I just love that cover. The one I got you to put on the thumbnail.
Yeah, it's such a good cover. It's
Such a
so
good,
cool.
like, I'll call him George. My boy George over here does a great job with
Isn't
that
it
cover.
Jorge Jimenez? Is
Yeah,
that his
Jorge.
name?
Jorge.
Yeah.
But Jorge, George is Jorge in English. But maybe I should say by his native name. Jorge. But, yeah, I mean, look, it has Hawk Woman or Girl, whatever they're going to call her. It has John Stewart, which I'm glad he's coming back in. Martian Manhunter, which people love over a Cyborg. Which I've gotten more invested in wanting to have Martian Manhunter as opposed to Cyborg.
Yeah.
And it might be the Justice animated version in me or
I'm saying
something.
because this is just the animated team, isn't it?
Yeah, essentially, this is essentially the animated team, which is always fun, like a go to. You know what I'm saying? Because
It
people
looks
do
like
love
a
them.
good. It's a good lineup. Like if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, and I also think like Martian Manhunter put him on a team and not on a solo series. I think, in my opinion, I don't know if he has enough. Or maybe just the writers haven't done him enough justice to have a solo series, especially of recent. But yeah, okay.
I'd rather have a Manhunter solo than like a Cyborg.
I
I don't think
I'd rather
Cyborg.
not have either one because reading that previous Manhunter solo, wasn't necessarily a big fan, and it's just probably the writer. I think you could do something good with him. It's just the writer didn't do a great job with it.
Someone just put Tom King on it. Give Tom King 10
I
issues.
did. I mean, that's Vision right there, right?
Exactly. That's what
I think he did a good job with that. All right, so real quick, Justice League 1 and 2. So a brand new era begins here. Scott Snyder, Jim Chung. Launched the Justice League into the cosmos shaking mystery that would draw out the most terrible foes. Martian Manhunter in his debut issue struggles to protect the team from an incoming threat that will shatter the world as they know it, while a familiar face strikes out on a dark path. And Justice League 2 is the League faced with an impossible decision. Now they must face the consequences while Martian Manhunter and Batman attempt to recruit an old ally back into the fold. The Flash and Hawker are blindsided by new challenges that could rewrite their mythologies. Well, the thing I like about this is that they're splitting them up in the book.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's almost reminds me of the animated series where they would do a lot of like arcs for one like split up characters, and then you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, you split them into pairs and you
Yeah,
develop them.
yeah, I love that. I think that could work. So I'm excited for Justice League 1 and 2 with Scott Snyder. And this is kind of what I was talking about. Not necessarily the precise thing of Scott Snyder doing something else than Batman, but since it still has Batman, but you know, it's 75% in, I would say. That 25% out is Batman still being in there.
I don't know. I wouldn't count this pass.
Because I think that, I mean, I don't. He's gonna have to write all the other characters, and they're gonna be main focus as opposed to Batman. I mean, Batman, of course, is gonna be a main focus, but I guess maybe not in the initial story. Who knows? I guess it depends on how he writes. Yeah,
I just want him to pull a Bendis and jump to Marvel. Right.
Nah.
Yeah, I might not think he's the best writer ever, but I want to see him do something.
I'm curious, like you've seen, he has the talent. It's just that he's written too much Batman already. You're like, I want to see something else.
I mean, he depending how Metal finishes, depending how much talent I think he actually has.
Sure.
At the minute, it's not very high.
Right. Well,
but,
that's fine.
My first one is Thor number 1 and 2 because it's bi-monthly, or it's twice monthly for some reason in July. I'm not sure if it's staying twice monthly or if it's just this one. We have got news that Christian Ward is joining Del Mundo on this book.
Ooh.
And doing the old King Thor. So we're going back to the God of Thunder style, where you're going to have... I'm going to say it's the present, even though apparently this book takes place in the future.
Yeah.
But so we're going to have a slight future and then the more distant King Thor. So Del Mundo's doing the more recent one. Christian Ward's doing the old King Thor. Where it's alluding that it's going to be picking up where... Or maybe not picking up where God of Thunder left it off, but like filling in more of the gaps for that story. And the whole premise at the minute is that Asgard's artifacts have been scattered. If you've read 705 and Mighty Thor, you'll kind of understand why. And he's essentially turning him into the God of Hammers or God of Weapons because he's going to have a shit ton of different weapons because they're the artifacts. It's carrying on the War of the Realms storyline that's been set up in Mighty Thor. There's going to be Loki, Thor, he's still going around. Scourge has now got a bigger gun and apparently a monster truck. So yeah, just Jason Aaron on Thor, can't go wrong. The man's like on the run of his life, and over most people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Also, fun fact: the first issue's 56 pages for $5.99.
Damn.
So don't get out by that.
Damn. Yeah, don't be caught by surprise. All right.
And again, nearly 60 pages for £6 or $6. Yeah.
All right.
Fun.
All right. So I think I'm gonna do the. I don't want it to do the unexpected because it says more stuff here. The unexpected number 1.
Well, then do it then.
All right. So All right, so it's after the Aftermath Darkness Metal. This is the New Age of Heroes other book. Universe has been forever changed. The new heroes are caught out of the shadows. Amid this all is Janet Falls, Firebrand. Once a paramedic dedicated to saving lives, she must now start a fight once every 24 hours to defeat the conflict engine that replaced her heart. Oh, that's interesting. The conflict engine that replaced her heart. But Janet's heart isn't just a curse. It's a beacon, drawing out both the mysterious Neon, the unknown, and the seductive, malevolent, bad Samaritan. One of them wants to cut out her heart, the other wants to save it, but neither of them knows the true danger hidden within that will kick off superhero manhunt, ranging from Thanagar to the deepest heart of the Dark Multiverse. Wow. A lot to pack in. What'd you call this? Like the Defenders, right?
This is the Defenders and the Exiles.
What are the Exiles?
Exiles, Saladin and Med's bringing it back. It's that team with Blink where they jump around the multiverse, and you have different multiverse characters. And it was a very old. It was a very early 2000 series.
I don't remember
but
that.
The current one now is going to have Blink, Tessa Thompson's Valkyrie, Apocalyptic Miss Marvel, Baby Wolverine, who's like a little chibi cartoon. Like it's got Iron Lad before Young Avengers, so he's going to be a slightly different character. I think it's got someone else. It looks really cool.
So Real quick, and the unexpected. I'm a fan of Steve Orlando's work, so we'll see how he can do with this one. I think it's just my kind of weird. I've said that before, and like, there's this one character, Janet, who's just gonna have this heart, the conflict engine that other teammates want, and one wants to save it, one wants to burn it. So it's like, damn, I think it'll be interesting. June 6th is when it comes out, so yeah, it's monthly.
Cool. My next one. I'm not gonna do the solicitation for all the variant covers because we'll be here all day. But Tony Stark Iron Man, the actual issue. Of course, Dan Slott taking over. Valerio Skitty, who I think of a Pokemon every time I say that now, is also taking over the art. Yeah, they're kind of taking back Tony Stark to maybe more of the movie side, maybe a bit more how he was originally. It's going to be a mix between the Black Mirror and Rick and Morty, is what he said. Yeah, what's it say? Always changing, always evolving, an idea without a limit. Take wing with Dan Slott and Skitty as they propel the ultimate self-made hero to new heights of inventiveness. Tony Stark is Iron Man. The future is now. Strap in. And like, I don't know if people have seen it, but Skitty's, I think it was Skitty that released it. A ton of like armor designs, and they are nuts. You've looked at like Transformers, Gundams, every mecha you can think of. It's crazy. It looks fantastic. It's crazy. It's like the Iron Man run I've always wanted. So hopefully Dan Slott does good. This one is 40 pages at $5.99. It's pretty safe to say most of these new number ones are going to be $5 or $4.99. So, but you get more pages, so it's all good.
All right. So with Batman, I'm gonna speak about Batman. This one, Tom King. I still love the artist, Mikhail Janet. This dude is really. I think he did the War in Gotham one, the War of Drugs and Riddles. But yeah, so apparently in 48 and 49, the Joker kidnaps Batman as Batman and Catwoman were about to elope rather than do the big whole wedding, and then the Joker kidnaps Batman, and now Catwoman has to fight the Joker and save him. Which I wonder if the Joker's gonna give him some like wedding advice. That'd be hilarious. That'd be great.
Well, I think isn't he jealous or something? He's like, no, you should be with me.
Yeah, probably something like it's gonna be something like that. Which to me makes sense. I think that's gonna be good. I think he's.
I mean, it's very much going back to the whole like, oh, they're gay. Like Batman's gay, Joker's gay, Robin's gay. They're all gay.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, I love the art. I'm curious as to because this piece of cover for the Joker is like the Joker with the cane, and he knocks over a chessboard. Has Batman, Catwoman, Batgirl, and all. It looks really nice, and like there's water paint in the back. This dude, because he does the cover too, so it's like this dude could literally. I feel like he's an artist where he's doing like selling paintings, and that's a weird way of saying it because every artist is an artist, but you know what I mean, right?
He's more traditionalized.
Yeah, because I feel bad when I say artist because like it makes me seem like I'm talking down about every other artist, but I'm not. This just seems like he is more traditional, where you could kind of like painting in a way.
Yeah.
So
he's more of a kind of like an Alex Ross.
Yeah, but a little different because Alex Ross is like this is half of Alex Ross, I think, which would be great to have if you could have that talent, wouldn't it be?
I mean, I'd love to have half the talent Alex Ross has.
Yeah, so this just looks great, and but yeah, I'm excited to see what Tom King can do with this. Of course, I'm tired of a little bit of the fillers, so I'm waiting to see what we could do with like the actual main.
Well, hasn't it been like a year since she proposed or something? Or it's coming up to...
No, it hasn't been a year.
It feels like it's been a year.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's comics in general. It always feels ages.
I don't know. It feels like it's been longer for that.
Because this comes out... Well, this comes out bi-weekly, so it might be why it feels a little bit longer. Because bi-weekly...
Possibly, yeah. My next one, Immortal Hulk #1 by Al Ewing and Joe Bennett. Joe Bennett was the artist on Savage Hawkman for the New 52, I believe. But yeah, he's taking him back to his horror, like the original Hulk horror roots. So the little thing says, you'd never noticed a man. He doesn't like to be noticed. He's quiet, calm, never complains. If someone were to walk up and shoot him in his head, all he'd do is die. Until night falls and someone else gets up again.
Damn.
Man's banner. The horror is the Immortal Hulk.
That's going to be an interesting book, I think.
I mean, you reading No Surrender right now,
Yeah,
you're getting this a little taste of it in the
yeah,
last two issues, and it's kind of crazy. I'm down for this Hulk. This is the Hulk
same.
I'd want to read, and I'm not normally a Hulk fan, but it's Al Ewing, and like Kate's, I have to read it because you got to support Al
Yeah.
Ewing. He needs to be protected at all costs. So yeah,
Um, Mine, it's a lot of the Batman Prelude to the Weddings, Nightwing versus Hush, Robin versus Ra's al Ghul, Batgirl versus Riddler, Red Hood versus Anarchy, Harley Quinn versus the Joker. And it's all just preludes, and I guess like the bad guys are trying to, kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Trying to go to the wedding, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Crash. Trying to crash the wedding. I couldn't even think of
yeah.
that word. Trying to crash the wedding, and the heroes are like, "Hey, we can't let you." Um. Ooh. Ooh. I think they kind of spoil who's Batman's best man.
Oh damn,
Can you
what does it
guess who?
say?
Can you guess who? Which
I'm
Robin?
gonna imagine it's it's a Robin.
Oh, they're right.
Oh,
Oh, that's even more
I
of a
was gonna
spoiler.
say it's clearly Clark. um, I mean, if it's a Robin, it can only really be one,
Yeah.
surely. And it's not even a Robin, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Is that a
so.
Robin anymore?
Well, actually,
Uh,
that doesn't really narrow it down because two of them aren't Robins.
true. Which one? Guess one real quick.
I'm gonna say it's Dick.
Yeah. It's the first one.
I mean, exactly. Like,
It's
could
the
it
first
be
Robin.
anyone?
Yeah.
You're not gonna have fucking Jason Todd or Tim
No,
Drake.
because he tried to kill Batman at one point.
And what would you have Tim Drake? Nah, let's be honest.
So yeah, and then his backer. I would have thought it'd be Clark too, but it makes sense that it's Nightwing and um but yeah, it's just a prelude and they all have their own little stories about like I guess it's gonna go around like Batman being married and it's gonna be interesting. Batman being married. I hope they don't take that away for a while. I hope they keep that for at
That's
least
if
2
he
years.
actually gets married.
I think he will.
I don't think he will.
You don't think you think Catwoman's gonna die or something, or she's gonna be like, nah, I'm
I
good.
think something's gonna happen. I don't see them going for it.
See, I'd be like, I'd sigh like I just did, where I'd be like, man, come on, let our heroes like try something else, be creative. I think being creative would let them be married. You know what I'm saying? Because it's
Yeah,
always something that's in the way. That's not creative. That's just typical. Be creative. Have them be married. Create some stories with them being married. Try different. Look at Donny Cates, right? Donny Cates first go around as a comic writer in the Big Two. He literally like young Thanos meets old
well,
Thanos.
we're gonna get to
Punishers.
this. We're gonna get to the Thanos bit later, right?
Yeah,
It's
so
just
I'm just saying, like, try something different. And what I think Donny Cates is the embodiment of trying something different, like, and
he
actually
definitely
doing
is
it.
trying. Very is definition.
Okay, so like, there's all these creators who are trying to do something different, but for me, Donny Cates is actually doing something
Yeah.
different. Whereas a lot of them are just
See,
doing the
Donny
same.
Cates is a DC mole. If you get that, well done.
Yeah. But yeah, that's just a prelude to the wedding. So yeah.
My next one, the Century #1 or Superman #1, whichever one to go with. Of course, Jeff Lemire, and he's returning from writing. Who's he writing at the minute? Fantastic Four, and yeah, that's the one. But yeah, the Golden Guardian is back, fresh from the pages of Doctor Strange. Essentially, you're gonna. It's kind of. It sounds a bit Hulkish, but
Yeah.
you're gonna have the whole Robert Reynolds sides by day, and then at night he's gonna be the Sentry. But it's just
I mean,
take a
that's like
take.
that's a trope now. The
Oh,
Hulk is a trope.
yeah, well, it's a superhero trope, isn't it? Like, oh,
Yeah.
he's a man by day, vigilante by night.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
it's kind. It sounds kind of horror-ish in a sense because you obviously, well, it's not horror, but if you take Al Ewing's run on Hulk and Moon Knight, that's what this sounds like to me. It's like you have the man by the day, the hero by the night, but there's a twist to everything because the Sentry's got the Void, and he's got to deal with the Void because every time he uses powers, the Void's there, and the Void's if as strong, if not stronger.
Yeah.
So what's he gonna do? If you haven't checked out the I can't remember who did the art. It was Paul Jenkins was it's Paul Jenkins? Yeah, I think it might have been Jenkins and Lee who first did the Centuries miniseries that introduced him. So if you haven't read it, check it out. It's really good.
Yeah.
But this is it's going pretty nuts. I hope it does well. So, yeah. Also, fun fact: number one is $3.99. It's not 4.5, but it's only 30 pages.
All right. I'm gonna do these in tangent or together. So specials for Teen Titans and Titans number one. This is after, of course, No Justice, or yeah, after the events of Meadow and No Justice. It's the new dawn of New Age for Titans and both of them. So for Teen Titans, there will be a fearless new direction that will change the Teen Titans forever. Robin, Kid Flash, and Red Arrow are sick of the superhero status quo, and if the adults won't do anything about it, you better believe these teenagers will. So it's one of those things like where the kids are gonna have to do something, that the adults don't know about. And then for Titans, it's gonna be about the team is no more. They're in tatters, as it says right here. But a strange new threat has emerged to lead Nightwing to reassemble the Titans with a mix of old blood and new. So some part of the Titans is gonna be in the special part Justice League and part of the actual Titans.
Yeah.
So Titans is gonna include Superman or something. And also, I really love this cover by Brandon Peterson. I think that's a really good job. It almost reminds me of I want to say game concept art in a way. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
maybe no. It's just maybe too shiny for that. Looks really great where it's shiny in the front and in the back there's really watercolory.
That's different.
Yeah, I like it. So yeah, the specials we know. I'm excited for No Justice specifically because it seems like Scott Snyder. That's all he has to do is write comics, and he's actually working.
I mean, he's got his son.
That's true, but he doesn't have to do the movies, the TV shows, animated.
Yeah,
gaming,
that's true.
All that. He doesn't have to be involved in all that. He just has to work on his comics and his events, which is Metal until No Justice until a new Justice League. And Dan Abnett is writing the Titan special, and Adam Glass is writing Teen Titans. So yeah,
nice. My next one is Amazing Spider-Man A01 because you have to talk about it. It's Dan Slott's final one.
Yeah,
kind of have to talk. Even if you don't like it, you're gonna have to read it because it's it's probably one of the biggest issues in the last 10 years. Even though it's only 30 pages. But I haven't been keeping up with this current arc, and I can't think what he's calling it. Well, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't give away much, which is quite nice because not reading it, I haven't got to worry about not knowing what's going on. It's just literally gassing Slott up. So after 10 years, Dan Slott's final issue of The Amazing Spider-Man's here, and it isn't pulling any punches. Joined by one of the best illustrators in the biz, Marcus Martin, Amazing Spider-Man 801 is one of the most emotional, heartfelt tales, not only in Dan Slott's run, but in all of Mighty Marveldom itself, and is one Marvel fans around the world won't want to miss. Now, over or under, let's say 50%, that he puts the wedding back in.
over.
You're gonna go over.
I'll be optimistic with this.
See, I'm gonna agree with you that the odds are more likely that's gonna be in there purely because he lied to the teeth about never leaving Amazing Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Lied to us blue in the face, and he's as adamant about that as he is about the wedding never returning.
And that's why I say over.
Yeah. That's why I agree.
Yeah.
To be honest, I don't really actually think it's gonna happen. I'd like it. I don't care about the wedding, but it's one thing people want, and I think if you want to end your run on a massive note that everyone's gonna love, put the wedding back in. But hey, I don't know. I'm just want to play with people's emotions, get all those people worked up. But yeah.
All right. I see. I was gonna do either Man of Steel by Bendis because I think I have one more. Right?
No, it's July. Cause I got one.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. So I was either gonna do Hawkman, Man of Steel by Bendis because apparently the Man of Steel issues are all coming out in June. You're gonna get all 6 of them miniseries.
Is it 6? I thought it was 5.
No, it's 6. One's in July. One's July 4th, but it starts June or it starts May 30th.
Of course, the thing ends on July 4th, doesn't it?
I get it.
That's going to end on July 4th, and the new cap by Coates is going to start on July 4th.
I like this one, Plastic Man by Gail Simone. It says, meet L. O'Brien, a petty thug, thief, and con artist who runs a strip club. Hey, he's also dead. At least according to the game, they tossed him on like a week's garbage. Literally, don't worry though. He bounced back from all that, and now he's trying to make a new life for himself. But the effort is stretching him pretty thin. Get it? Because that's Plastic Man.
Hey.
How can he get revenge on his old boss, help a street kid out of trouble, and make a dancer fall in love with him, and stop a mysterious society from taking over the world? EO has no idea. Plastic Man is so curious to me. He's such a interesting character. I'm excited about Gail Simone's run now after reading the solicitation.
Yeah,
And
she's a good writer.
yeah, and it's just I love that he's stretching them pretty thin. Like that's funny. I don't know. It's she knows like the tone this character needs. So I'm excited for that. Yeah. So that's it.
Sweet. My last one's going to be Avengers #3, and it's the final host part 3. Much to my amazement, that Jason Aaron is jumping right in to the whole final host Celestial stuff. I honestly thought he would have waited a little bit, but I suppose it has been. Actually, no, it wouldn't even be a year. It'd be like, when did Legacy come out? September?
I have no idea. When Legacy
It'll
came
be
out, I
eight.
don't remember.
I suppose it'll be 8 months. No, since that's actually longer than I thought it would. But Fate has once again brought together Earth's mightiest heroes to face their greatest challenge yet. But with Captain America now taken prisoner by Loki, what hope do these new Avengers have to defeat the final host of Dark Celestials? And what starting secrets are still left to be uncovered? And what will rewrite everything we know about the origin of the Marvel Universe? Hopefully, it doesn't like fuck about with what Ewing did, because I like what
Yeah.
Ewing did, the like first firmament stuff. But it's Jason Aaron. I'm not going to be too worried about anything. And of course, Ed McGuinness is on art and colors. No, art and covers. I tell a lie. Let's see what color is. But yeah, I'm excited. It's Avengers. I think I read somewhere the other day that only one person's a rotating guest on the team. And I can't think who it was. Fuck. I think it might be She-Hulk. I'm not 100%. But yeah, apparently for the most part, the team's staying the same. It's just if it's not one, it's going to be a couple that are rotating. So yeah, I've been waiting for this run for a long time, and it starts very, very soon.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I'm excited for that, and it's been a while, but at the same time, faster than Rebirth.
I mean, it's not hard to be faster than Reboot.
Yeah, which kind of sucks. But I'm excited about this one. To be honest, like it's gonna be great.
It's going to definitely, like, if you haven't been reading Avengers, it's one that you'd need to get on.
I just read the one shot.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to read the one shot obviously to get the context of everything.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, yeah, you should read the other ones too. But yeah, you're right.
I mean, read No Surrender. That's really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
You can kind of take, like, it helps that it's not the same team as what Wade's been doing the last couple of years. So you haven't actually really got to read anything apart from Legacy in this. So a fresh start, everybody. Yeah,
A
they're not
fresh
lying.
start. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, that's
Got
our
the comics of the week.
solicitations and the comics. Right, I've got 4. You've got 2.
We could do this as in just. I'll go first.
So, how many of mine have you read?
3.
Oh wow, what one did you read?
Thor.
Gasp.
Yes, I know.
Fair enough.
I haven't got.
You can get.
So I didn't want to read it yet.
Catch you. That'd be so good. But yeah, you can go first if you want then.
All right, I'm gonna start off with Justice League 41, which they changed the artist on this one. Thank God. It's now the artist is. I had his name down. I can't exactly remember where I put it. It's right here. It is Philip Bryons, who does the art, and the color is Jeremy Cox. Those two way better than the previous one because the art is definitely better. And I'm still on board with Christopher Woods or not Woods, Priest's script about this about being like a social issue arc for Justice League because now the Watchtower has landed in like some African country, right? And it's salvaged basically, and there are people from that country who say it's their territory now, and the Justice League they can't be a part of all that. They signed a treaty, yada yada yada. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was interesting, like little politics. The art is definitely better. I think my favorite part of what Priest has done about this is put the lead characters or the members in situations you never thought they'd be in, which is like Aquaman is undercover in a stealth suit with like a hat and all black, and he's doing some spy stuff with Batman, and I think Flash is doing some political stuff with Wonder Woman, which he's never really that type of guy. Wonder Woman is more the political, like out there type of character, because she's like, she represents the Amazons and stuff like that.
Flash, isn't she? She's a UN member, isn't she?
Probably.
No, she's an ambassador.
Yeah, so Flash is having to do that, and he's like, look, I do science. And Cyborg is having to be a leader, which he never really is. He's the lead. Technically, he's leading this mission, so they have to follow his order, which is interesting. And that's what I love about what Priest is doing, just putting these characters in different situations, which is something like you can't ask more of, because after reading these characters for so long, I've always wondered, like, what if you did this to this and this, and this is like a taste of that, right? So I definitely love when characters do that, or writers do that, where they put characters in different situations than they're normally used to. So yeah, I mean, this issue has been good, and they're talking about like the politics behind, and Superman disarmed like refugees, and then the military's coming. They're like, we signed this treaty, but you literally disarmed the refugees. You have to do the same thing. And then Wonder Woman gives the perfect line: if this was a group of people in Yankee Stadium, we wouldn't hesitate to help them. What's the difference now that we're in Africa? Like, we're just in a different country. Like, they need help. Just because one's American, one's not, does not mean you can't help them. And because Superman is the Boy Scout, he has to follow the rules. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
just quickly, speaking of that, I'm so glad I'm not really seeing all this like SJW stuff, because I know full well that bit. Like, why don't we help these people out? Yeah. Like when Superman saved those Mexicans. When was it? Lex Luthor?
Yeah.
And like people are like, oh my God, look at this! He saved immigrants. It's just like, why? They're superheroes. That's what they do.
Yeah, I'm glad there isn't that kind of thing for this, because I definitely think it's well worth the read. And there's one point towards the end where one of the refugees gets a gun. Is like, Superman, you have to get out of the way. We're gonna, like, we have to stop the government people who are bad. And he shoots at Superman. The bullets bounce off of him and hit Wonder Woman, which I didn't know Wonder Woman could get hit. But like, it's one of those things where there's no black and white here. Literally, everybody's in a gray area.
It annoys me when bullets bounce off, because that wouldn't happen. Like, I mean, sure, bullets can ricochet, but if you're hitting something like that
straight up,
wouldn't it just like?
I guess it's just very invulnerable. Because I guess if you hit steel, like in reality, steel would probably have bullets in it, but Superman is literally invulnerable. Like, nothing can really hit it. It's just it bounces off. I guess I get you, but that's just how his powers are displayed usually. So
yeah, I just like them more where it just goes dunk.
Oh, like it hits it doesn't necessarily bounce off.
Yeah, like it acts like it's gone and it stops.
To be fair,
up and it just drops off.
To be fair, some, like, in terms of the art, I think some of the bullets hit him, but then he turns around, and as he's turning, some of the bullets ricochet as he's turning.
See, now that makes sense.
Yeah,
because you're spinning it. That's fine. If they've done that, that's perfect.
Yeah, it's from my point of view, it seems like some of the bullets have hit him and stopped, but as he's also turning, so they bounce to Wonder Woman. So yeah, it ricochets that way. So I'll
give it that one.
I will say that Priest is doing a really good job. It's just the artists are not helping him out because he keeps switching, and I definitely like this one better than the last ones. So, and also Red Lion's in here, and people made the joke, like, once Black Panther came out, that DC would make a Red Lion movie, and Red Lion's in.
I was gonna say, capitalize on Black Panther, put him in the Justice League.
Yeah, and this is pretty cool.
That's such, like, that costume is so
over the top.
No, not over the top. I can't think of
Black
the word.
Pantherish.
I mean, yeah, it's very, like, it's unashamedly Black Panther.
Yeah, okay.
It fully knows, like, you couldn't have had that costume.
It's like Deadpool and Deathstroke, right?
Yeah. Very much.
So that's all I gotta say. I just think very enjoyable so far. Hopefully the arc continues, because I remember when he started on this, and this was like a previous arc. He's only had 2 arcs so far, this one and the one before. I liked the first issue, and then the second issue had art issues, and the third one I like. It's always every other issue that there's an art issue that just seems like it takes away from the story. So
yeah,
what can you do? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it's what you know.
Sorry, it's
Not
comics.
ev-
It's gonna happen, I guess.
yeah, yeah. Now, my first one, Doctor Strange Damnation #3.
I did read this one.
You did. This is the fight that the last two issues set up. So like Damnation #2 and the last Doctor Strange issue. Um, Now there's only two talking points in this.
Yeah.
The rest is I'm enjoying this. It's
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of it's maybe a bit slow, but I think it's only got two issues left anyway.
I really
So
love the art.
the art's
that
really
cover.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, I love that. That cover's so cool. Why has Doctor Strange never been a Ghost Rider before?
Right.
But
this
you know,
is-
Donny Cates is like, right. I wrote this when I was 12.
Yeah, like
I'm now gonna put it in.
Donny Cates is literally the embodiment of. We said this. He's the embodiment of doing something different and creative, and this is it. Like Doctor Strange, Thanos, and all that. Like Doctor Strange as a Ghost Rider, and then when you get into Moon Knight and what he did.
Moon Knight's very Deadpoolish in this.
Yeah, that's true.
It's very different to what I know as Moon Knight. But then again, Moon Knight could have multiple. Well, he's got multiple personalities, so.
But he literally says, "Ha, I'm not crazy. I'm worthy." Like that's. I never thought Moon Knight would be able to pick up Mjolnir. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he's not picking Mjolnir up.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's just him saying. Like, it's just a joke of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you ever thought that a ghost dog could possess a Ghost Rider for any length of time, and you didn't think it could be possible, well, you're proven wrong in this because Bat's the Ghost Hound. Man, he gets thumbs for the first time in his life.
I just think what's interesting about this is the characters he uses. There's Iron Fist, there's Blade, there's Moon Knight.
I mean, it's very much like I want to write my Midnight Suns pitch, and it's clearly what it is.
Man, it's so crazy just reading his like stories. I wonder what he would do with DC. Like just looking at what he does with Marvel, I'm just so curious what he would do with DC characters. Like,
here's
what?
the thing.
Let him do everybody's characters.
I mean, yeah, I'd be interested to see what he does at DC. I don't know if he'd fit.
It is very
To be
weird, I would
perfectly
say.
honest.
Yeah.
Like his style of writing, I don't think would fit that universe because obviously they're two like
You'd have
stark opposing things.
You'd have to do like Constantine and Vertigo type characters, like a Swamp Thing, Animal Man.
Yeah.
You have to do weird characters like that. You can't just straight up do the Justice League because it would be pretty weird. But yeah, I mean, we'll get to another time. There should be a topic somewhere of like what Donny Cates could do with DC characters and what is like a Shazam. Dude.
Yeah, I'd love to. I might actually ask him, see what if I get a response.
Hey, Donny Cates,
Like, if
how would
you
you feel
want-
about doing Shazam?
But
Yeah.
I know he'd like to do the Guardians with someone. So fingers crossed.
Ooh,
that
the Guardians, man.
I'd love to see Kate's the Guardians.
Yeah.
But yeah, for the most part, it's just a lot of fight. It's typical Kate's humor in this, so it doesn't feel like Nick Spencer wrote this. It feels very much more Kate's. I just want to say, like, a lot of people always criticize Secret Empire for not having any ramifications, and I kind of agree. Like, they changed direction for that, like the end of that event, but then we wouldn't have got stuff like this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if someone did something with like the whole Vegas thing before, and we didn't get this, it's kind of like, you know what? I'm glad it went the way that it has.
Yeah.
And Kate was allowed to do Spencer. Yeah, massive fight. Wong sends Johnny Blaze because him and Johnny Blaze made a plan. He's going one-on-one against Mephisto, and that goes horrifically wrong.
I did not know Mephisto could do that, which makes sense though. But I just didn't think about it.
Mephisto's the how you get the ghost.
Yeah, but it makes sense. I just never thought he could get it back.
Like, he's not the spirit of vengeance.
Yeah.
But it's still to do. He's to do with all of them. And it's just, he just blows the spirit of vengeance away.
And Johnny Storm's like falling, bro, and dead, I think.
Johnny Blaze, because people will correct
Johnny
that
Storm.
one.
When I say Johnny Storm, I mean Blaze. I know that's Human Torch.
Johnny Fire.
Johnny Fire.
But yeah. So yeah, and Johnny Blaze just falls out of the window from the top of the tower. He's not gonna die because there's the Johnny Blaze Ghost Rider tie-in for this that's coming out.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure if it's a one shot or like 3 issues. And I can't remember for the life.
I think it's a one shot.
Oh, is it only one shot?
Yeah.
It's going to kind of be like how the Quicksilver mini's going to tie into No Surrender, because that's literally called Quicksilver No Surrender.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's another little good issue, another decent issue. I don't know
Um,
where it's going and how it's gonna end, but I'm here for it. I'm along for
I'm
the
here for
ride.
it too. All right. My next one. We'll go with damage. Actually, damage number 3. And look, I think th- I like it. I'm just still weirded out if I like that it's so. You see Suicide Squad, you see Wonder Woman, you see Superman, you see the Justice League. Basically, I guess it makes sense. I don't know if it should have been more secluded,
Yeah, yeah,
maybe. But I mean, all these other stories have like other DC characters in them, so it's like in the world. It's kind of like a quick track of getting these characters. Like these are in the world with their Justice League and Titans and stuff like that. But
yeah.
um, I
It's
love the
it's
art.
trying to make sure people know a
Yeah,
bit too hard that
I
it's
think
insane.
what I didn't say last time about like Sideways, I did say is like these new age of heroes are like a modern Marvel characters, but they're also what's what I'm looking for. They're like what do I always say about Deadpool? He's what's the
They're
word?
self-aware.
Self aware. I always feel like these characters are very self aware in a sense too, where he's Hulk, but he can
Mm.
talk to his Hulk, whereas Banner can't really talk to his Hulk.
Uh,
At least in a general sense. In a general sense, maybe in some certain arcs, like he could, but in a general sense, you nobody really pertains Hulk and Banner talking to each other.
See,
I don't think so. At least
I
you can
couldn't
argue.
sit here and go, oh no, this has happened then. I'm certain
There's probably an issue
there's
somewhere.
there's been I want to say it's in either Planet Hulk or World War
Yeah,
Hulk,
yeah,
especially there's conversations between Hulk and Banner.
yeah.
I'm certain of it. I just can't, and I can see the fucking panels in my head.
Yeah,
I just can't pinpoint where it is.
it's like I said. I'm sure there is one, but I
Mm.
think in a general sense, no one really puts those things together in a sense where Banner would be talking to Hulk like normal, like kind of like Robbie Reyes talked to Eli, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah, but this is that where Damage the monster and the human they talk to each other and the whole hour thing. Like I love that they always show the clock and whatnot. Um, it's definitely interesting because he is being lied to by the military person that gave him the powers. He at the very end, like he realizes he killed people and he never wanted. He just wanted to be a hero. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
See that to me is straight up the General Maverick Red Hulk
Okay.
currently. It's literally like Hydra took him over in Secret Empire, and he's like, oh yeah, I got my Hulk back. It's like, oh no, nanobots, I'm being controlled.
Yeah. And he sees, or no, I guess he doesn't see it all the time that he's doing this. He gets knocked out. Like I don't know. It's just interesting because they have Amanda Waller in here saying how she wants it, and then the general that controls damage is like trying to show off that she has the most powerful weapon and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
it's interesting. I think I like more so the art than I do the story, but I'm willing to see where it goes from here because I think that is like an interesting take of he wants to be a hero and he thought he was being a hero, but he's actually not. He's killing innocent people basically by
yeah,
accident. Like he's like, no, this is not what I wanted. And like in his head is the monster like saying, um, like trying to basically get himself to go out there like to like I don't know. He's you can't tell if the monster's a good guy or bad guy yet. He's just kind of
yeah,
like on his own thing. So yeah, and I think it's only he can only use it once a day, like for an hour, which also
yeah.
is like an interesting take.
Yeah.
Cause
And it's also literally Maverick Red Hulk.
oh really?
Yeah, he has the arrow power, and you quite often see the clock.
Oh,
Yeah.
see, I didn't know that.
Mm. Even
Uh,
though at the minute the time he can sustain the Red Hulk is shrinking and
okay.
quite rapidly,
I
and
mean,
he's also got the heart issues.
it just reminds me of taking Hour Man plus the Hulk. Like Hour Man had
I
powers
mean,
for
yeah,
like an
it's
hour, and
essentially
then he
it's
just had the
essentially
Hulk.
what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah.
it's not necessarily an original idea anyway.
No, 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 no. But I mean, that's what people do nowadays. They take two ideas and make them into one.
Yeah,
So yeah,
and now
yeah. Go ahead.
have you finished
Yeah,
Damage?
yeah, yeah, yeah. That was cool.
Uh, the penultimate issue, unfortunately, of Thanos, because we do have a confirmed issue 18 is the last one. So sad emojis only. But us like we say Donny Cates is the embodiment of different. He's the embodiment of hate. He's a very someone's hurt him deep down. because you don't do things to what he's done to these characters if you're a very happy person.
I don't
uh,
know.
someone's hurt Kate's, and someone's hurt Kate's real bad, and
When he was
I
young,
want to
playing with
find
the
want to
toys.
find out who so I can help him out. You've got to look out for Donny Cates. You have to protect him. But yeah, of course, end of the last one, you see Norrin Rad, the Silver Surfer, with the hammer of Mjolnir, and he's got to fight against the two Thanoses or Thanosai.
It's so gruesome at times.
Oh,
Whoever the artist is,
there's
I don't
that
know.
one panel that's later on,
Yeah.
and they Jeff Shaw does a very clever thing to hide it, but you can still see it. Obviously, you can only see it in your head. He doesn't actually draw it. But it's just like,
Yeah.
ugh, that's gotta hurt. Yeah, things don't really go Surfer's way, and I feel really bad because he spent all this time getting worthy, and he got his arm chopped off and his face rammed through a hammer
You
handle.
tried to save the day. In the end, the world was not saved
Say he was the last thing alive.
to save the day. But yeah.
That's not a Thanos or a Hulk.
I gotta say that Hulk moment where he's talking to Banner and
It's
stuff like that is beautiful.
It's so poor Banner. He's been a
Yeah.
lap. He's
So sad too.
even like Hulk has no idea really what's going on. He's so just lost, and that's a scary thought. Like you got a Hulk that's lost.
Yeah.
But man, I wouldn't want to be against Thanos. And poor Cosmic Ghost Rider. He didn't deserve that. I don't think he's dead. I hope he's not dead.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. I don't know when that miniseries is going to take place. If it's like a prequel with the Galactus,
It makes
or if
sense.
it's
It might be a prequel.
But actually, I also say the next one's the last issue. You also got the annual.
You also see his teeth. I didn't even realize that. Cosmic
whose
Ghost
teeth?
Rider, when he gets hit, you see his teeth pop
Do
out.
you?
Yeah.
Oh, then the skull's gone. He dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you do. Yeah, I see it now. Yeah.
Crazy.
So yeah, he did. He lasted. It's a really cool image. You see him on the surfboard. And it's just
Yeah.
like he's gone from the bike to a space bike, and he's now on the cosmic surfboard. It's pretty nuts. That's
Well,
just the
I
embodiment of this.
won't lie, if I had like one of those if I was one of those people who put like comic panels as my like profile image or whatever, that image of Cosmic Ghost Rider like surfing and then shooting beams,
It's so cool.
yeah,
It's so cool.
I think that's cool.
Like the art really, like Jeff
Yeah.
Shaw is top of his game in a minute. But as I said, it doesn't go well. Old man Thanos stabs both Banner and the Silver Surfer through the back with the Sword of Surtur, or the Twilight Sword. So rip them, and obviously, as I said, hammer handle through the face. And as the dust begins to settle, you get the little narration. I don't know who's narrating this.
Yeah, me either.
Now, the narration was kind of a big part at the end of God Country, where you
Yeah.
found out it's like like future generations. So I assume we're gonna find out, because it's actually thinking about it. This is very much God Country what he's been doing here.
I mean, well, he has a certain style he does.
No, but I mean like plot wise,
Oh,
like the structure of the story and what it's about.
is it?
It's
though?
very like, you can really equate this to There's a lot of parallels. between
God
the two.
Country's amazing. Still, I'll give it to this
God
day.
Country, and that's the best book of last year, hands down.
Yeah, I gotta agree.
If anyone disagrees, you will catch something. But yeah, in typical 2018 comics fashion, there's going to be a wedding, and of course we're talking about Thanos.
20,
So there's that 5 weddings this year.
dude,
Yeah, man.
2018, the year of the weddings in comics. That's funny.
So yeah, like you all know who it is. It's Thanos. It's a Thanos book. You know who it's going to be.
Better go rent
And-
my tux.
Gotta say, that's got a booty.
Yeah.
She in that dress.
I got. You think it's that younger Thanos who's already an older Thanos narrating it?
No,
I think it's somebody else.
No.
It's Stain.
I mean it could be Thane.
I mean, that would be that would
I
be
don't
straight up God Country.
Yeah, but like the way, I think Thane died. I'm not sure what he did with him actually. No, Thane's in the God Quarry. That's where it is.
Okay.
Um, but I don't know. The narration isn't written like how he writes Thanos. It's not the same voice. It doesn't have the same vocabulary. So I don't think it's that. I honestly have no idea who it could be. But I just love the whole like shush, like she's there and she's
Oh
just all in
yeah.
the and it's that slow moment where he like crawls out the church to death. Like this book's just so good. If you're not reading it, sort your life out, please, in the nicest way possible. Like go read it. And can Donny Cates be on a book for longer than 5 issues? That's all I ask.
No, because he has to do every character.
Yeah, but can we just have one that's longer than 5 issues?
Okay, he can do one that's ongoing, but he has to do like mini arcs in like every character. I feel like.
Like I want an ongoing
But
Cates book.
isn't that a way to like make it fresh for him, or
It
because
is like
like
I said on Twitter, like it's a good way to keep everything fresh, and especially him, like just keep spicing books up and
yeah.
having rotate. But I think they can only go on for so long. It's like give him something that he can call his own,
But maybe
and not
yeah.
have him be the fixer quote of things.
I don't know. Maybe
Not
that's
that
just him as a writer. Maybe he likes to kind of keep his skill set. Like, you know how like people practice writing every day if they're writers. This is his practice. He's writing like different characters every time. Artists practice different characters as well every time as they can.
uh, I mean, true, but it's just. I mean, and no doubt Venom's going to be the one ongoing book Kate's had
Oh,
because that's
maybe.
the only
Yeah.
one that's the only one he's going to be going on. That's not a miniseries. That is going to be his number one.
Yeah.
Everything else he's jumped on has been in the middle of a number. So it's just like it had to be Venom. No. But he has said he's him and Shaw are stopping this. It's not an editorial thing. It's for story reasons.
Yeah.
It's ending. It's not the end. These characters will have things moving forward,
Yeah.
but I just still can't get past that country
I
comparison. I
mean,
really kind of like had a eureka moment.
you're
It's
right.
like, huh, it is kind of God Country in a sense. Obviously not exactly like God Country, but man, I just don't want it to end. It's so good. More people need to be reading it, and it makes me sad to end up. Yeah.
Yeah. Last one.
What your last one?
No, yours. Avengers.
Oh no, I've got Thor.
Oh, what they? Oh,
I got, no, I said I got two. I got
oh
four.
yeah. You're right. Go ahead.
But yeah, um, Mighty Thor 705. It's the moment that a lot of people, for s- various reasons, if you like Jane Thor, if you didn't like Jane Thor, have been waiting for. It is that big crescendo moment, and it really has just been getting bigger and bigger and bigger in the last 5 issues. Um, she's grabbed the hammer in the last issue. It's the last time she could ever pick it up because it will kill her, or the cancer will kill her anyway.
Damn.
Um, She's fighting the man Gog and Asgard. Asgard's in flames, or Asgardia. It's hurtling towards the sun. She manages to convince Odin and Freya to get off of Asgardia and get the rest of the Asgardians that are actually alive, so like five, get on the boats to go somewhere. Odin's son stays behind, and yeah, she just her and the man Gog are just fighting for most of the issue, and then she hurls him into the sun by throwing Mjolnir with chains attached that were designed to hold Fenris Wolf until Ragnarok came. So Mangog's gone for a while, and spoilers, so is Mjolnir. And again, spoilers, so is Jane. And apparently, it's a shame we know Odinson's going to be Thor again and have a comic so soon, because it really implies that both Odinson and Jane die in the sun in this.
Yeah.
It's just like, oh, my heart. Like, uh, I knew I wasn't gonna handle it well. I didn't handle it particularly well. The next issue is gonna be worse because it's no doubt gonna be like the funeral for Jane, and it's gonna like break me emotionally and physically. So, rip Jane Foster Thor. It's been a heck of a run. And I'm gonna miss Dortmund on Thor as well. It's just like I would say it's a shame he's leaving, but hopefully he's on something else that's just as good as Thor. But Dumbledore and Ward are gonna absolutely nail the Thor book, so it's not all bad. But this book is just so good. And it's just a shame that she had to die, but we knew it was coming. It had to end this way. But yeah, and onto a happy end. I say a happy end.
It's not that happy.
Avengers. What part is it? Part 11, I believe it is. Just give me 1 second.
Oh, I'll help you. It is part 11, yes, sir.
It's part 11. This is I would say it's supposed to be the big fight between Maverick, Red Hulk, and the Hulk, but it doesn't really turn out to be a big fight. Because Maverick Hulk gets fucked. They managed to get Vision out of his little stasis, and you get a little bit more on why these things are in stasis. Like there's little blue lights, objects like keeping them in there, and we don't know what it is. I assume that's going to be what the Quicksilver miniseries is going to be about. But this is like again, these two issues are really a pitch for Ewing's Immortal Hulk.
Yeah.
And it's really like this Hulk is scary. How just monstrous. That's the only word you can really call it. Like I said that the Vision gets out of stasis and they send him after it, but the Hulk doesn't really talk in this until he kind of has an Avengers moment where he does a little puny god bit, and it's like, huh, yeah, I learned, and just walks off because he just like crumbles the top of Vision's head, and Vision's kind of having like a digital stroke right now. I can't remember what happened in this issue. What else happened? You get a bit more on Voyager and her daddy issues. She doesn't want to be part of the game anymore. I'm having a real hard moment, Joe. Help me out.
What?
Here.
About what she does? She's like, oh
Yeah.
no, I don't want to be that person anymore. I want to be a hero, kind of type of thing. She tells, at least it looks like it.
Yeah, that's what they're definitely aiming at. I'm just having a real.
What Vision is like, Scarlet's Witch is like, all right, we gotta let Vision loose. I'm the Hulk. All right, the Hulk, I got him. And then the Hulk's like, nah, you don't got me, son. Cause like that makes sense. Like Vision's gonna use his powers and this and that, and then because the Hulk knows him, and then just gets him in the head. He's dead.
That entire page though, where he just reaches and just crumbles.
Yeah, it's scary.
Just like ouch, ouch. And again, play the Ultra Instinct music or Jiren's theme, whichever one it is that's really like intimidating.
Yeah.
Play that. It really goes well.
Yeah.
It proper elevates.
I love this. What was the line? We cannot fight the Black Order and the Hulk. You must think of something. You know, like what? And then Wonder Man. I really like to talk.
Yeah.
I didn't think that would happen, but okay.
Of course, Wonder Man is the pacifist. He has sworn off fighting.
Yeah.
From the previews, it doesn't go well for Wonder Man. Like talking's not an option for the Hulk.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, he's gonna get a big green
really
finger.
Rabid as well, because there's something in that last page where it has it's either smoke or cut or something out of his mouth.
It's definitely smoke.
Okay, that's what it looks. Is he smoking? He's gonna be like, back in my day.
I don't know what it is necessarily.
Yeah, me either.
It's probably just from Quicksilver hitting him. But yeah, and that's essentially all the issue is. Like the Black Order does come in. I said that Black Order. It's Proxima and Black Swan. And shout out to Black Swan because she's not going to be in the movie, but Proxima is. But, yeah, they fight Cannonball and Living Lightning or just Lightning. But yeah, this really is not the way I expected this event to go.
Yeah, same.
It's definitely turned into a Hulk pitch, and it's a very good Hulk pitch.
Yeah, I'm excited for that new Hulk book. So yeah,
definitely. So yeah, that's this week's No Surrender, and the end of our books. Comics of the week.
Comics of the week.
We didn't say the date.
Yeah, it's fine. They know what date it is. It's the day this week that comes out. It's fine. Because we are ready to head out because we got done with the comics. We're ready for next week's comics. I'm ready.
How long was this?
Hour 30.
Damn, we went on for a long while.
Look, man, people are going to love talking about the Solicitations because there's a lot of good books coming out in June, I think. There's a lot of big things coming out in June. I feel like every time there's a big thing for DC, there's a big thing for Marvel. It's almost like they have spies.
Oh yeah, it's almost like the same company.
Yeah. It's all under the same company.
It's why they should have the amalgamation. And if
Very
you want to
strictly.
hear our pitch for the amalgamation, you can go to
I still
Patreon.
love that pitch, man. I love the way we're worked on that.
I've got a lot of good. I've got a
Shout
lot
out
of
to
good.
what's one of the patrons. He's also on our Discord, which we're gonna get to immediately. Post it on social media. One of our patrons, Gerald. I knew it. I just wanted to make sure
Obviously,
he.
I wasn't going to say his name. I was going to let
I
you
was
swear.
shout out to Gerald, man. He told us that he like really like loved it. I was like, hey, shout out, you know.
So I loved it as well. It's a good pitch. I'd read
Yeah,
it.
had fun.
I'd read it because I thought of it.
I just had fun like doing that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
But no, I've got a lot of good feedback on that show. I'm
Yeah.
happy with it.
Yeah. If you want to get that show, of course, on patreon.com/comicbookcast. Extra
I
long
don't know
shows.
what tier is it on?
$5.
one? Yeah, just for $5 a month. Small $5.
Instead
No,
of
it's
wasting it on
it's-
your local drug dealer, waste it on us.
Yeah. Don't buy tacos. Buy us.
No, actually buy tacos. Don't
But if
say
they
that.
buy us, they're getting one because they got you.
That's true. That's true. I'm everybody's favorite taco. Which, is that a good or bad thing? I guess that's how you
I
go
don't
about
know.
it. Is that sexual or is it not? Find out next time.
Wow, that was one way to end this.
Toodles.
Until next time.